Okay, welcome to Lesson 29 in Algebra 1/2. This lesson is about multiplying fractions and whole numbers and about, in a word problem, fractional part of a number. And the first thing we want to point out is something you already know, but if we have a whole number, we can easily make a fraction out of this number by putting it over the number 1. So, this means divide. So 5 divided by 1 equals 5. Alright, so we have this problem here, and we're going to say 3 times 3/4. Well, it would just be easier to make 3 over 1 times 3 over 4 and then multiply across. 3 times 3 is 9, 1 times 4 is 4. Okay, go to the next page. Okay, now here is a common error that people make when multiplying a fraction by a whole number. Sometimes people will do this. They'll multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the whole number, which would make this like 3/4 times 5 equals 15 over 20. Well, we know that 15 over 20 actually is the same as 3/4, so it doesn't make sense that if you multiply it by 5, it could come out to the very same thing that it was to start with, only in a non-reduced form. So it's very important that we remember to make this whole number a fraction by putting a 1 under it and then multiply across. 3 times 5 is 15, 4 times 1 is 4, and then we can reduce that to the mixed number 3, because 4 will go into 15 3 times with 3 left over, so 3 3/4. Okay, so just don't make that mistake. Alright, next page. Okay, in a word problem, how to find a fraction of a mixed number. The first thing that you need to remember always, is if you see the word of in a word problem, it is going to mean multiply, times. Okay, so that's very important that you remember that. So let's go to our practice problems and practice this. Okay, A says find 4/3 of 30. So we're going to change this and make it say 4/3 times 30. And because we're multiplying fractions and whole numbers, we're going to make this a fraction, this whole number a fraction. And then we're going to say, can I cross cancel? Because you always need to say that. It helps you out when trying to reduce. And I can see that here and here I can cross cancel. So 3 will go into both. It will go into 3 one time and into 30 10 times. And 1 times 1 is 1. So 4 times 10 is 40. 40 or 40 over 1 would be the correct answer. Alright, next page we'll do B. Okay, what number is 3/4 of 15? Now here we're going to get into setting up an equation. What number, we're going to put that as n for a number. What number? We know that is means equals. 3/4 of means times 15, and I'm going to make a fraction out of that. Then I'm going to say, can I cross cancel anywhere? Well, 4 and 15, no, I can't. So I'm just going to have to do the multiplication. And 3 times 15 is 45, and 4 times 1 is 4. So we have 45 over 4. If we reduce that, 4 will go into 45 11 times. That's 44. And 1 left over, 1/4. 11 and 1/4. Okay? Alright, next problem. Alright, this one says, what number is 5/7 of 3? Again, we're going to use n to stand for the number. What number equals is 5/7 of 3. I'm going to make that a fraction. Alright, again, I asked myself if I can cross cancel. I see here that I cannot. So I'm going to say 5 times 3 is 15. And 7 times 1 is 7. And 15 over 7 equals, 7 will go into 15 2 times with 1 left over. 2 and 1/7 would be our answer. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this. I personally like working with fractions, especially multiplying and dividing fractions. So remember that if you have any questions, you can always ask me questions and I'll be happy to help you. I'll see you tomorrow for lesson 30.